Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel, and of course, big the video that I posted about Recall and how it works and how it is storing data encrypted on your system. Of course, exploded the amount of comments of conspiracy theorists, number one, and of people that just don't believe Recall is not going to send data to Microsoft and so on. Of course, one part of the big problem of Microsoft is that everything they do since, for the past few years has been always complicated. They don't explain well things. And of course, a few little jabs at different things they did that eroded the confidence of Microsoft among some users. But it's crazy how people have this impression no Recall is going to send all the data to Microsoft, which has no purpose, by the way. Who cares? What are they going to do with it? And this is the most important thing: is everybody that talks about, oh yeah, they're going to send all the data. Microsoft doesn't care about your data. Okay, Microsoft cares about your data for one thing only. It already does it. It scoops it in different ways for ad purposes. After ad purposes, they don't care. They don't have time for that. There's other things that Microsoft does that is way bigger and way more interesting to them. And Recall is definitely a kick-ass, cool feature that enterprise and a lot of people will use. Also, a lot of people that talk about how data is scooped up from Microsoft and you don't know it and blah, blah, blah. Well, if that was the case, enterprise wouldn't be on Windows anymore. They would all have moved to something else. And this is the case if it was that everything was scooped all the time. Do you think enterprise wants to be have their data sent out? There's all sorts of things like that is just funny. Like a lot of comments that I've seen also, which I agree is like, your life is so important that, oh yeah, Microsoft wants your data. 90% of people's lives is rather boring. I'm sure a Microsoft employee would fall asleep in front of data. It's a nonsense, but it's a nonsense created by Microsoft by the way that they have reacted, by the way that they have done things in the past. So, you create a thing. I was comparing it to when I made my video about LinkedIn, which is owned by Microsoft, where Microsoft is using LinkedIn profiles to train AI, which is on by default, and you have to turn it off in your LinkedIn profile. It's little things like that that make people worry and start thinking that, Microsoft's going to scoop everything and that's it. The problem is that image comes from Microsoft itself with all its dumb things it's did in the last years. For the rest, you know what? There's tons of security researchers that look at everything that is done. And you can see that all the security researchers that first sounded alarms about the security aspect, which was not done right on Recall, which is, much better now. That's why they took the time to simply, wait rather than release it immediately so that they can improve security, improve the privacy, and all of that. As for Windows updates, it's just funny because I got a couple of comments of, Windows updates, they're scooping all the data through that. No, Windows updates just receives updates. That's all. It doesn't send anything. It receives updates. That's it. And yeah, they're going to send gigabytes and gigabytes and gigabytes of data through Windows Update. Come on. This is the most ridiculous that you can see. I think the majority of the comments come from, first of all, there's tons of Linux fanboys, bashers on the channel. There's way too much Linux. I use Linux. I'm going to Linux. Yeah, well, it doesn't show in the statistics. Look at the statistics, okay? There was a slight rise, which is ridiculous compared to what the amount of people on Windows and any other platform. So, it's just funny, but you can't talk to these people because there's these people who are on there. They're going to tell me the same thing. That, oh, well, we can't talk to you. Yeah, because no one has sent any proof in any way, in any form. But, oh, it's snooping on us. Yeah. So, it just makes me laugh when I see that. And I am not a recall basher. I'm actually, I will want to see recall in action and see what it does. Because, yes, when I see people saying, well, no one wants that. Oh, yes, a lot of people want that. Enterprise wants that. The amount of, the way it's going to make it easy to find stuff, this is great. For the rest, if you think it's snooping on you, well, go to Linux and just, leave us alone. That's the way it is. At some point, you got to, have a way of, thinking and of seeing how it works and the way it's designed. And like I said, there's a lot of security researchers that are always looking at Windows to see if it's sending out things or doing things that it shouldn't do. And we always learn about it. It's easy to see if, recall would send tons of data about you. You'd see it in many ways. The other thing is, for those that see the recall in their non-Copilot plus PC, well, it's already there scooping. No, it's not. It's entries in Windows that has the recall name on it. It's not doing much. It's just there as a basic. It's not even scooping things. It's not even taking data. It is very interesting to see how people just go crazy at everything on recall, which is totally useless. And a lot of YouTube videos that I just can't watch about, oh, yeah, well, here's how it's going to do the stuff. Yeah, it's all speculation without any proof. And there's no proof of anything in any of those videos either. So anyways, that will be my last on recall. And believe what you want. And you know what? Don't use it if you don't want to use it. That's all. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.